time for Nerdgasm.
Hey, what's up, Nerdgasm fans? Jerry here, aka Barnacules. Now, those good guys over at GT Omega Racing sent me a little Christmas present. You guys know I love my GT Omega Racing seat. I use it every single day in the Nerd Cave. Well, they decided they were going to send me another one as a Christmas present. I have it right here in this little box. Little box. Now, this is a little bit different chair than the one I have. This is actually the Master XL, so I'm actually really excited to get it. And it allows me to have two of these seats in the Nerd Cave, so I can put one on my video station over here and another one on my gaming setup. So I'm really excited. So let's go ahead and bust this box open and do a little assembly.
Because I love putting stuff together.
Man, I really need to sharpen this thing. It's so dull.
Bad knife, bad knife. Bad knife.
Open her up. Ta-da! All right, so on top we have some instructions here. These are valuable to the success of this project. Okay, we got our headrest. We have our seat back. We have our all metal polished aluminum base. And we have the seat base with the armrests attached. Yeah, thank you, GT Omega. The last chair I got, I had to actually assemble the armrests myself. The fact that they're already attached to the base, winning. Okay, I got the lumbar support and another box. Sorry to all you people that are offended by feet, but I forgot to put socks on and I am far too lazy to go downstairs. So just deal with it. All right, let's see what's in this box.
Oh my god, did I just do that without singing the Bat Knife song?
What's in the box?
Swing!
All right, looks like we have some plastic covers. We have, come on here, the all too important base unit. This is what goes under the seat. We have the shaft cover. Swing! Caster wheels. Apparently 2 sets of caster wheels. They, I don't know, they look a little different. And last but not least from the box, tools. One of the things I love about this is you don't have to go find your tools to put it together. They give you everything you need right here. Okay, let's unwrap some of this stuff. You can see the base, it's all metal. Actually, one of the things I really like about this chair, I don't like the plastic bases. They flex too much. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Strip it down. Oh, strip it down, baby. Strip it down. Okay, so here we have the back. You can see it actually is very, very similar to my other chair, but it does have some subtle differences. All right, so now we got the base.
Because it's all about the bass, no treble.
Is that getting old yet?
I frankly don't care if it is.
All right, let's take the plastic off this guy. I have to say, I really like the way they changed the packaging though, so that these are already installed on the chair. Because each one of these was putting in 2 or 3 extra screws on the last chair, and it added to the time it took to put together. So I really like that. Okay, so here we have the base. It's actually quite a bit different pattern than the other seat had. I think that's really cool. And if we flip it around here, look at the back. You can see they already have all the mounting hardware for the base on the chair, so all you have to do is take it out and put it back in. And the little arms on the side here can be adjusted out and in. It looks like they're already adjusted out as far as they can go. But if you're a smaller person, you can bring them in a little bit. It's time to build a chair.
Cue the music!
Okay, so now we have the main chair part assembled. The first thing I'm going to tell you right now is it is a little tricky getting the bolts in the hole. It was with the old one too. It's just because there's leather hovering over the bolt holes, so you have to kind of search around for them to get them in there. So take your time on it to get them right. Don't cross thread them. Just take your time till they're straight on, lined up, and pushed in. And also, it does look like it pushes in on the leather on the side of the seat, a little bit more so on this one than the other one, but it's very, very heavy duty material, so I'm sure it's not going to cause any damage. It didn't on the old chair. All right, time to assemble the base. Now, it looks like they sent me 2 different styles of wheels. These might actually be an upgrade. I don't know if these ones come with it. They've got like a little bit of a fan pattern on them. And then these are the standard wheels like my other one has. Oh, actually, I just figured out the difference. They are a different size. So these are larger wheels, probably better for carpet. All right, these are super simple to install. Just pop them in, just like so. All right, functional base. Ooh, those slide really smooth. Okay, so now we need to install the piston. And for that, we got to put this little assembly on it right here. The piston just goes right in the center, like so. It's all pressure fit. And now we're ready to introduce the seat to the base. Ta-da! Okay, so the last thing to do is just put the little plastic trim on here to hide all the mechanism, and then we're done. Okay, I just discovered that it does have a Phillips head screw, so you do need a Phillips head screwdriver to complete this build. Now, these guys are pretty tricky to find the hole on, so just take your time.
Ladies.
All right, now we just got to get the other side. And we are done. All right, so here we have it. This is the fully assembled Master XL chair by GT Omega Racing. It was pretty easy to put together, but I do want to stress to you guys, if you're assembling one of these chairs, take your time. It is incredibly easy for you to accidentally get one of the bolts in sideways and strip the threads, and you don't want to do that. So take your time, get everything lined up. It does take a little bit of effort, but once you get it, it fits together perfectly. Now, if you guys didn't get a chance to see the review I did previously of the EVO XL chair by GT Omega Racing, I have a link down in the video description, and that might actually give you some insights and some comparisons to figure out which chair you'd rather have. Now, there have been some significant changes that I noticed with this chair. So just to get started, from the top here, the head cushion, the design has changed on it a little bit. You can see this is the design of the cushion from the old chair. The new one definitely has some more coloring and stuff in the stitching, and it's got a more defined shape to it. Also, if we spin the chair around here, you can see on the back side, it actually has a zipper that runs the full length of the back of the chair. Now, the other chair, the EVO XL, didn't actually have a zipper on it. So it looks like this one, you could actually remove this and clean it if you needed to. Now, as I said previously, the armrests came already installed, which is nice. So that saved me from having to line up a whole bunch more screws and bolts and get those attached. But they are removable and they are adjustable. You can move them in and out to get them in a comfortable position. They also rotate from side to side so you can get them in the right position, and they go up and down very, very easily. Now, my particular chair came with 2 sets of wheels. It came with these tall wheels that look like fan blades and the standard wheels, which you've seen on the old chair. Now, I actually put these on at first, but then I went back to the smaller wheels because I noticed that these added a little bit of height to the chair, and even at its lowest setting, which is where I keep the chair, it was too high for my desk. So even though it was just a little bit of height, it was enough to throw it off. So just be sure that you are a very tall person or you have a very tall desk if you're going to be using these wheels. Now, I want to put both chairs side by side to do a little comparison here. Here's the old EVO XL that I've been using for several months, and here is the new Master XL. Now, there are a couple of interesting little changes. The first one that I noticed is that the Master XL is a little bit of a taller chair, and it has wider shoulder bolsters and are more comfortable. I found that the old chair, the EVO XL, it is a comfortable fit, but it wasn't as smooth fitting back in this being a big guy like me, so this was better for being big. Now, I did notice that on the EVO XL, the seat base is rather long. I mean, it's got a big seat on it, so if you have long legs, it's very, very nice and supportive right behind your knee. Now, over here on the Master XL, they shortened up the base a little bit, so you notice that when you sit in between the chairs, that your legs overhang a little bit more on the EVO XL. So depending on what you're after or what you like, that's something that's really going to matter. For me overall though, I really did prefer the base on the old EVO XL that I have versus the Master, just because I do like to have that support way down by my knees. I like to be able to sit way back in the chair. Now, some other interesting changes are if you look at the bottoms of the chairs right here, you'll notice that on the old EVO XL chair, The base actually sits dead center on the seat. So when you're sitting your butt in the seat right here, your weight is completely over the shaft that's on the bottom. So when you spin the chair around, you feel like you're basically spinning on a rod.
That sounded so wrong.
But on the Master XL seat, they moved it back quite a bit further. So now when you're sitting on the seat, the shaft is more towards the back. Now this actually gets you something cool, and that is in the old chair, when you lean it back, you'd sit in the thing and go ahead and just lean it all the way back. You'd actually feel a little bit unstable if you went back too far because the center of gravity was right here. Well, now that they've moved that pivot point back a little bit, you can actually lean back with a lot more confidence. Now that I like. Also, personally, from a styling perspective, I like the Master XL better. I think it's a cleaner looking chair. I like the way that the seams flow. I thought that this one had quite a few too many seams on it, but they're both really cool, and honestly, it just comes down to aesthetics at that point. But I really, really do like the way the Master chair looks. Now, both chairs spin really easily, and they don't make any squeaking or popping or bumping noises, which is nice. Even after using the EVO XL for many, many months, I didn't run into problems with squeaking like I've had with all my previous chairs. So I thought that that was really nice. And like I was saying before, because the pivot point is back further, when you recline the chair back even this far and lay in it, I don't feel like I'm going over. See? Woo! I'm not going over. Yeah. Now the chair can rock back and forth just like the old EVO XL did. And they both work exactly the same with the controls. But I noticed the spring seems set a lot stronger by default. I had to torque the hell out of the spring for my, I'm almost 300 pounds. And these chairs are rated to 330 pounds, so.
I got a little room to grow.
But with the old chair, when I left it in just the free mode where you lean back, you'd always feel like you were going to fall unless you really torqued the spring down. This thing feels like it's got a pretty monster spring in it. I haven't even adjusted it, and I don't feel like it's just going to fall backwards. Like I can lean back like this, I lift my legs, and it goes right back up. On the old chair, I remember when I took it out of the box, it would almost fall backwards like there wasn't a spring in there until I really torqued it down. But the armrests are very, very nice. They're comfortable. They're easily adjustable. I also like that you can lock the chair in any position you want. So if you like to just lean it way back like this and lock it, now it's locked in place. If I get up, it's still at that tilt angle. And on top of that, I can still lean the chair back like this. So if you want to do some gaming Formula 1 style, oh yeah, whee, look, Lucian, woo, Lucian, woo. But honestly, that's my favorite part of these chairs, is that you can actually lean them back to ridiculous levels. It's like you can't find a lot of office chairs that let you do that. And of course, you can rise it up. Now these things sit really tall off the ground at their max height. So if you're a super, super tall dude, this is going to be a good chair for you, because I haven't found many office chairs that go up as high as this thing does. But it does present some challenges. If you have a really low desk, you're going to have some problems with this chair. Now me, I use a pretty tall desk. I mean, there are taller desks than this, but it's like a dinner table. And on its lowest setting, it fits just perfectly. But like I said before, even putting the larger caster wheels on it raised it up enough to where it wasn't that comfortable. So at its lowest height for me, that's where I need it, and it works perfectly. So make sure that you measure your desk, make sure that you got a decent height desk before you go and get something like this. Also keep in mind that if you use an audio transducer like the Butt Kicker Gamer here that attaches to the shaft of the chair, unless you have a really tall desk, you're gonna have a hard time attaching it, because like I said, I had to lower the chair all the way down to the bottom, which pretty much leaves no shaft exposed. It's sitting right on the bottom of the piston, so there's really no place to attach this. And honestly, when it comes down to cool, comfortable chair that's super adjustable versus having an audio transducer on it all the way, I'm always going with the cool, comfortable chair. Now, I love the shoulder bolsters on this chair. Compared to the old EVO XL, oh man, the Master is much more comfortable if you have really broad shoulders. Both chairs are actually pretty comfortable, but this one definitely wins. Now, if you find you need more spring tension, all you do is just grab the knob under the chair and turn it, and you can turn it one way or the other to tighten it or loosen it. And you get that spring to the right tension so that you can just rock back in the chair comfortably if you don't want to lock it into place, or like I showed you, just lock it and leave it. So guys, that's my review of the Master XL chair by GT Omega Racing. If you guys would like to purchase one of these chairs, I have an affiliate link down in the video description. When you use it, it helps the channel and it gets you a cool chair. Also, if you guys want updates and behind the scenes data and pictures and everything, come over and check me out on Twitter. I'm at Barnacules. Come on over there and follow me, and you see all kinds of cool stuff.
I'm a social media whore.
Also, I have an Instagram link down in the video description. I take a lot of behind the scenes photos and photos of things that are for upcoming videos. So if you guys want to be all like digital voyeurs and all that, yeah, hit that up and check it out. All right, so guys, really quick summary here. I really, really love the Master XL. I think it's a great chair. I I think it's cool that they've changed the pivot point on it a little bit so that you're more stable when you're leaning back. I like that it has zippers on the back so that's easier to remove and clean if you need to. I like that they had the arms on it right out of the box. That significantly decreased the time of putting it together. And it is a very, very comfortable and very configurable chair. But there are a couple of cons, and you just need to be aware of them. And that's when you're assembling the chair, take your time. Because the bolts have to go through a layer of leather and then find the bolt hole, it's easy to get them in at a bad angle and strip out the holes. So don't do that, take your time. Also, the chair does have a tendency at its lowest setting to sit quite a bit higher than most office chairs do at their lowest setting. So just make sure that you have a desk that's normal height or better. If you're sitting super low to the ground in a conventional office chair bottomed out still feels like it's too high, this isn't going to do you any favors. And also realize that putting the better caster wheels on it will raise it up just a little bit. It might not seem like a significant amount. It might only be like a half an inch. But for some reason when it comes to chairs, a half an inch is actually quite a bit. But overall, guys, I have to say that I really, really love these GT Omega chairs, and I want to thank GT Omega for sending me one over for Christmas. I love that I have two of them in here now because I'm actually setting up a whole nother computer station when I rearrange this room, and you guys will see that in the room tour. And I needed another chair for that, so this works out perfectly. So guys, I hope you really, really enjoyed this review. If you have questions, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments. Also, be sure to check the video description because I do put a lot of information in there as I discover it after I've released the video. So like after I've used these for a couple weeks, you'll see some questions and answers and things and updates show up in that video description. So come back and check on that. And again, I'm over at Twitter. I'm at Barnacules. Come be a little digital voyeur, you know you are. All right, guys, take it easy. Till next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please take a moment and subscribe to my channel. It helps me a lot. Also come over to Twitter. I'm at Barnacules. I'm a real social guy. Also, if you have a couple of minutes, check out some of these many other videos. I made them myself.